I've been using CML 2.1 for a few weeks now. This is the next release of CML. Currently, the publicly available release of CML is 2.0, but I've got early access to CML 2.1. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the changes and new features available in CML 2.1. Some really nice changes available in this release. Please note, however, that this is a pre-release version of CML 2.1, so some of the changes or some of the features that I show you now may not make it into the final release. There may also be additional changes. So I'm going to show you some cool stuff available at the time of this recording, but please note that when you get the public release, which hopefully is in September 2020, there may be some slight changes. Okay, let me show you what's coming in CML 2.1. Now, before I continue, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Please like this video if you enjoy the content, and please click on the bell to get notifications so that you know when I post a new video. I'm constantly posting updated and new information to my YouTube channel, so if you enjoy technical content, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Okay, so what's better in CML 2.1? Let's start with a basic feature. In this example, I have CML 2.0 and CML 2.1 running within VMware Fusion on a Mac. So I've got both of these running at the moment, and I can connect to those CML servers using my browser. Now on the left, I have CML version 2.1, and on the right, I have CML 2.0. Notice the difference when I resize this page. The login page is different in CML version 2.1 versus CML 2.0. So CML 2.0 looks like this, and CML 2.1 has an updated user interface. Notice as an example that the menus are slightly different. Notice at the top here we have Lab Manager, we have Tools, and we have My User. On CML 2.0 we have List, Add Lab, Import Lab, Tools, and the user account. So as an example, notice on Tools, the user interface has been updated. So slight changes to the user interface, but the one that you're probably most interested in is dark mode is now supported in CML 2.1. So I'll just make this a bit bigger, but notice we have dark mode in version 2.1. So on router 1 as an example, I can ping google.com. So in other words, from this router, I can ping sites on the internet. So here's cisco.com. In CML 2.0, we don't have the option for dark mode. So this is the same topology shown in CML 2.0. I can also ping google.com, and I can ping cisco.com. Notice slight changes here. So the interface has been updated slightly. But big change for a lot of people is the fact that dark mode is supported. So here once again is light mode. Interface probably still needs a bit of work. Ralph has told me that he's still working on the interface. So this is not perfect at the moment. But again, there's dark mode, and I can go back to light mode. I'll just refresh the page because the icons on the devices haven't automatically updated. Again, this is a pre-release development version, so not everything is perfect at the time of this recording. So again, there is the same lab using a light mode. Okay, so that was a request that a lot of people wanted. Ralph is aware of other requests. Another request that a lot of people have asked for is labels on interfaces. So in the diagram, people want interface labels, and they want to be able to write text. That's not currently available in 2.1. That feature may make it into 2.1 or later releases. The developers are aware of that request, but it's not currently planned for 2.1. Now, another feature that I'm really excited about is the ability to capture packets using Wireshark directly through the browser, or downloading the pcap file and using Wireshark locally on your computer. Okay, so back in my topology, I'm going to click on this link and go to Packet Capture. Notice firstly under settings that it's slightly different to what we have in 2.0. So 2.0 looks like this, 2.1 looks like this. I'm going to specify that the max packets to capture is 100, and I'm going to click apply and click start. And what I should see, as you can see over there, is that packets have been captured. So I'll open up another tab and go back to the same topology. And in this case, I'll open up a console on router 1. So notice I'm busy capturing packets, including spanning tree and OSPF. But what I'll do on router 1 is ping google.com. And what I can do here is filter for ICMP messages. And this is a ping from router 1. IP address is 10.1.1.1. So back on the router, I can see the IP address of router 1, 10.1.1.1, and I'm pinging google.com, which has this IP address. So here's the source and destination, the protocol and the length. But notice on the right-hand side, I can view the Wireshark capture directly through my web browser. So as an example, source IP address, destination IP address, protocol is ICMP. Going deep into the packet, I can see that it's an echo request. Here's the echo reply. That wasn't available in 2.0. In 2.0, I could see the captures such as the following, but I couldn't interrogate the packets like you can in 2.1. So in 2.0, once again, I'll open up a console on router 1 and I'll ping google.com. I can see the pings to google.com. So once again, in this example, Google has resolved to this IP address. So there are the ICMP echo requests and echo replies, but I can't interrogate the packets like I can in 2.1. And not only that, I can actually download the pcap file and open the pcap file in Wireshark locally. So I can either view the information directly through the web browser on the CML server, or I can download the Wireshark captures to my local computer and look at the information through Wireshark. Now, just to make it clear, I'm running these two CML servers on a Mac in a separate room. I'm doing that because VMware Fusion and Macs don't seem to play very nicely together. If I ran this locally, the fans on my MacBook would go crazy and there'd be a lot of noise in the recordings. So I'm running these two CML servers on a Mac in a separate room. Just makes the recordings easier, less noise when I do the recordings. So in other words, I can view the packet captures on the remote server. So as an example, here's an OSPF hello message from router 1. Here's a message from router 2. I'm looking at those packets directly on the CML server, so on the virtual machine. So I don't have to run Wireshark. I can do everything remotely. This could be hosted in the cloud somewhere, and I can capture the packets and interrogate them and view them directly within CML. But once again, I can simply download the packet captures and view them on my local computer. So in this example, I'm viewing the Wireshark capture on my MacBook in this room rather than remotely. Okay, so that's a major change, an update from CML 2.0 to 2.1. This is a fantastic feature, I think, in 2.1. Okay, another feature a lot of people have asked for is the ability to open up multiple consoles to devices. So as an example, by default, I can go to the consoles of individual devices like this, and I can open up the consoles from one device to the other. So there's router 1, there's switch 1, here is router 2. But what I can do is copy that URL, and notice here's my lab number, and I'm just going to type consoles at the end here. And what it gives me is the ability to see all the consoles this way. So I've got access to all the consoles through one interface like this, and I can jump from one device to another. So I've got router 1, router 2, switch 1. I can sort them alphabetically if I want to. but very easy in this example to jump from one device to another. Notice please that this is just another console to the same device. So if I go back to the original console, I'll see all the commands that I typed on the other console. That's very similar to me opening up a SSH session and SSHing to my CML server. So I'm going to simply SSH to the server from my local Mac and log in. Make this a bit bigger. List shows me my labs. I'm going to open my first lab and I'm going to open the console on the first router. So there's router 1, and notice when I type, so let's type something like send star, I'll see it on this console and I'll also see it on that console. So all three consoles are going to be seeing that message. So I've sent it from an SSH session, but these two consoles are seeing the information as well. CML basically multiplexes the console to multiple outputs. So you could be connecting via SSH, you could be connecting via web interface, you can be connecting various ways, and you'll see the output from the same console. Okay, so the consoles option is very nice. I've got all consoles directly available through this little mini console application. So router 1 once again, here's switch 1, here's router 2. From router 2, I could ping router 1, and I'll see that information on other consoles. Okay, the feature that I'm probably most excited about is the Wireshark feature. Allows you to capture packets directly through the browser or download the pcap file to your local computer. Okay, so that was a quick overview of some of the features available in CML 2.1. What do you think? Do you like this? Please put in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. I'm David Bombal. I want to wish you all the very best.